Okay, so now this is a very small video or demo on how I achieve the off-centered lid on my pepper grinders. As you can see there, I've made that shape, but now we need to turn this off-center, and we'll inlay a piece of power shell, and to do that you need an off-center chuck, which is my off-center chuck here. This is actually made by Vermec. It's called the multi-chuck, and this chuck will actually fit any chuck on the market. As yet I still haven't had a problem with any chuck that won't fit. The dovetail in here fits on the dovetail of a chuck. Any chuck at all fits on there. This chuck goes 32mm off centre. Very simple. I'll just show you that. There we are. And that'll revolve around that really nicely. 32mm. But we've got numbers here. You can see the number 0 to 32. So I've got a little grub screw in there which holds it together, and it won't then come away. Now this chuck has to have a carrier, which is this is the carrier that we're going to put on our off-centre chuck. The carrier fits on there like that, nice and tight. The hole you drill for that particular screw is 5mm, or just under a quarter of an inch, and it needs to be nice and tight. Alright, just knock that up and I'll get that really tight. We don't want any movement in that at all. We want that nice and flat up against the chuck. So what we do here is we're going to mount that onto there when we've done that, but that's got to fit on there now. I previously found there was a little crack in the wood there, so I'm going to try and cut that one back, cut that off. I'm going to put that on there like that, and I'm going to turn this off centre about 12mm. I'll turn this off centre 12mm, so 12, maybe 16. I'll go 16mm. Because I want to take the wood off this side here, this is where it's going to come off, as you can see here. To make sure that that is where that's going to come off, if I bring my tailstock up, like that, you can see where the point of the live centre, that's where the insert's going to go, and back here is where the wood's going to be cut off. So I've got that just about where I want it to. I just knock that on there, nice and tight, make sure that won't move. So the insert's going to go on the end of that point, and where I'm going to take the most of the wood off is back here. So we're locked in, I hope. We're locked in position. We'll just make sure everything's locked up. We've already spent a couple of hours on making the bottom section. We don't want to stuff this section up or ruin this part of it, because otherwise that's going to be useless. We have to make sure that we have a very sharp tool, and here I'm using a 12mm bowl gouge. It's probably my favourite tool to use, and I know it's very sharp because I just sharpened it. We turn the lathe down very low to make sure. Here we are. Bring up the speed. When you're turning something off centre, very important, if you can, I know it's quite difficult, is you do not look at what the tool's doing. Sorry, you're not looking at the tool's edge, you're looking up here to see what the tool is actually doing. It's cutting away a very small amount at a time, and we're looking at the top, we're looking up here. So we've cut off for probably a quarter of an inch. Let's stop the lathe and have a look and see what damage we've done to the wood, and make sure that we are taking it away from where we wanted to take away, and we are from there. That's good. So again, we continue on with that cut, maybe go a little bit faster. I like to turn it on until the whole thing looks like it's standing still. That's the speed I want. faster you go when you're turning off centre, the cleaner the cut will be. A little bit of vibration. Let's have a look and see what damage we did to the wood. So what we've done is we've achieved the curve that we want here, and we just need to take a nice clean cut. I do have a problem with it vibrating, so I'm going to bring up my tailstock up to the point and maybe bring it out a bit further to stop the vibration. A vibration is not allowing me to get a nice clean cut. So we've done that. We put that in there nice and tight. Now we should not have a problem with vibration, and we won't have a problem with pushing it out of centre as I'm cutting. But I really do need maybe to touch this up a little bit more. I'll go back over here to my grinder. Just touch it up a little bit. There we are. So hopefully now the tool's very sharp, and I need to be able to get a clean cut all the way through to my live centre. Look, that cut was far superior to the first one, but still I'm getting a very bad finish. So now I'm going to take a nice, try to get a decent cut. Now that should be good. Not too bad. So now we're going to take this section away here, cut that away, get rid of that. And from here I'll sand it. I'll use a roll of sandpaper. This is 240. The good thing about it is cushioned. I can hold it up against the wood, as you can see. I use a piece of sandpaper that will move away and not give me the good sanding surface I need to have for the lid. Let's have a look. See if we've got a clean finish, clean cut. Quite good. Just a little bit of sanding there, hand sanding there. It's nice and round all the way around, it's good. So now what I'll do is I'll use a 240 grit with a rotary sander. That then will get rid of all the centrifugal lines all the way around, and we're ready to put our insert. Now this particular one here is going to be the sugar. So what I have here is a piece of mother of pearl, which is a white colour, of course the colour of sugar, salt. Salt, I'm going to use a salt grinder. So we use the calipers again. We take the measurement of the disc, and that should be 12 millimeters. That's 12 mil. Make sure you've got your tool rest hard up against the wood, and then just gently touch the left hand side As you can see now, I've got it marked to put the insert in. And we use a small, I like this purposely built for doing the inserts. Just push it. Stop the load and have a look. See if our insert fits. That's a really nice fit. So now we're going to take this off. We're going to take this off and we're going to super glue it. Super glue that in. We've got a very bad mark here. We can fix that in a minute. We're using black heart sassafras, and black heart sassafras is a cow of a wood to try and get a good finish on. It's very hard to finish, so but we'll get a decent finish on it. So it's a bit of super glue. You see how hungry it is, it soaks away really quickly. And we use a piece of activator on the back of the power shell and we push that into position. And we're waiting for the activator to set the glue off. Now we put it back onto our lathe. It'll still be on centre, or off centre I should say, and we now can clean that up with a skill chisel. You find the power shell's a little bit proud. We can make sure it never goes past centre. Always stick to the left hand side of the power shell. And all we're doing now is just making it nice and smooth, bringing them both down to one level. Have a look. Nice and smooth. So what we have here, that white line around there, is a very bad torn grain, because the black heart sassafras, as you can see, they're a really nice clean cut, but it tends to be a very hungry, dry wood. Power shell itself, sorry, the black heart sassafras tree is actually decayed wood, and the decayed wood means that normally the colour would be white, and it's decayed, it's gone a bit brown, so dark. The only way to get rid of that is to power sand it away. So that's working. I'll power sand it away as best I can. That's good. Now we can use the rotary sander to eliminate all those lines we had created by the power sanding, and then we use a very fine grit sandpaper to get a really nice finish. What we're doing now is we're going to put a little texture mark around the power shell by using the Joe Wagner texturing tool, around the outside of the power and the wood. And have a look, I think you find it looks nice little texture all the way around. So now we can add some We'll get a nice new rag, I think. I'll get a rag, we'll put some super glue on there. The super glue, wait for that to harden. It'll harden up in a minute. Then we'll give it another sanding with a very fine 1200 grit, I think, sandpaper. When that's dry, we can, I think that's dry now. Yep, we can sand it again. And we use a toothbrush to get rid of the dust in the texturing. We add a little bit more super glue. Just don't spend too much time on it, because if you put too much time on the super gluing, the rag will stick to the quick drying glue and it make it look really bad. So at this stage we'll wait for that for half a minute to dry, and the glue that I use is Star Bond. It's very super fast and very super thin, never goes off, inexpensive, I think it's the best around. So now we need to polish it up. Still a little bit sticky. That's alright. Now we're going to use some Triple E. The Triple E's got like sand in it, a cutting compound. What it acts like, it's like acts like it's a 1200 grit sandpaper, and it cuts off all the excess super glue that's on there. So I'm happy with that. And Triple E made by UV Polishers, good stuff. Now the other one, of course, that gives it a really nice shine is the glow. Very nice super finish on that. Excellent. Very nice. So we'll just rub the excess wax off the outside edge, and now we take this off. That's going to be our nice little pepper grinder. I'm going to make the other one when I go to New Zealand in September, the collaboration at the symposium.